this tank is the best setup for crayfishes. Looking a little different. This is the updated tank. Pretty good, huh? So I've collected all to most of my baby crayfishes in this 20-gallon tank. I've added some plants as well for these guys to like roam around, hide, and run away from other crayfishes if they need to and whatnot. So there's 40 in here, and there's 40 in here, and there's 40 in here. So a total of 120 that I collected in this 20-gallon tank. I have about like, I guess 10 to 20 still roaming around outside of the container. There's just one you know, blue relay. Oh, there it is. There's one right there. So tiny, running away. Yeah, but like they're everywhere, but you know, hiding around. So this is what it looks like as of right now. And I have a you know, empty 20-gallon tank that's getting ready for one of these little containers to come down. I'm gonna house about 40 to 50 baby crayfishes in here. And then in this tank, I've changed a couple of things. In my previous video, I think I showed how it looks like, and this looks much more neater, and then you know, more spacious for me to view from the top. You know, I need to be able to, you know, see what I'm looking at, where these guys are. When the filter is off, I can actually see everything. But yeah, I have I think about 15 in here in this 75-gallon tank. I need to put more in here because this is a waste. Yeah, in this 20-gallon tank, I still have the male and female crayfish in here. They're doing pretty good, you know. They're not fighting or anything like that. They basically love each other. This one lost a little bit of its claw. And this 10-gallon tank, I still have about 5 medium size, and then about in here I have 15 small size, and then 3 in here in this container right here. But yeah, and I've been moving this around for you know, a couple of days, and this is what it looks like as of now. And I think I'm gonna keep it like this. These are a little larger size crayfishes that I have. They're looking pretty good. This coloration on this one is really nice, and this one looks very good. But yeah, just playing around too much. Let's see what happens when they meet each other. Dun da da da, putting its claw up. Dun da da da. Oh no, it's being pushed. Are they gonna fight? What are they gonna do? I have no clue. But you know, they're looking pretty good. Yeah, it's claw everywhere. But they don't usually fight. They're too young for that. But you know, I have this side of the room. I have this big window here, and then I'm trying to put a curtain up because I need this shade like at an angle like this, only because I have these fans on, and I need the aeration, you know, the air filtration to come in and go out. But you know, the top part I don't necessarily need. So I think I'm gonna get myself a curtain. I already got one, but it's too long, so I'm gonna staple like this part and whatnot, so it doesn't drag and it fits the right height. Yeah, basically it. And my previous videos, I've shared it on Facebook groups and stuff like that, and then I've gotten a couple of questions, because on Facebook, when you post these kind of, you know, your channel and whatnot, they ask you a couple of questions, and then I've gotten a question regarding a setup. So this tank isn't exactly the setup that I would go for like juvie to adult size crayfish, nor, I mean, this is pretty good, honestly. The reason that I have these tunnels is because for them to hide, and then plants is a place where they can also hide. So this whole thing is built so that these aggressive crayfishes can avoid one another, because these guys get aggressive. When they see each other, they will bite, and then they will try to, you know, fight, and then when they realize there's a weaker one, the stronger one will try to, you know, just basically kill the weaker one. So this is a good setup. You know, you have plenty of the tunnels, and then, you know, greens and rocks on top. And it's zigzag. If you can see, that one's back, front, back, front, back. It's like that. So you can't exactly see across the tank. So it blocks the visibility of each crayfishes. That reduces the chance of each other running into one another, which is good for, you know, crayfishes. And this is basically a typical crayfish that you would set up if you don't have any gravels. You know, I got rid of all the gravels. But if you would basically put the whole thing, basically the whole thing up here, if you have a soil. Now that's the only difference. But these two are for baby crayfishes, so yeah. And this is the perfect setup for breeding crayfishes, only because it's large enough. This is a 75-gallon tank, and it only houses about 15 crayfishes as of now because a couple of them got sold. And it has plenty of space for it to eat. This is where I drop my food, this little area right here. And plenty of plants for it to hide and climb and roam around, run away from one another, avoid aggressiveness, and plenty of tunnels. That's absolutely necessary. And then, you know, a little space just in case, you know, just a corner space. And then this is a good setup only because it has great filtration and great aeration. 2 pumps. I have 1 pump here and then 1 pump back there. So I have 2 water pumps circulating the entire tank, feeding the water to the filter. Filter then filters out, you know, the dirty stuff, and then providing aeration at the same time. You see the amount of bubble that it produces? That's a lot of air. And it has plenty of hiding spaces. So this is, I guess, almost the perfect crayfish tank setup for crayfishes. And over here, this is more like a community tank setup for crayfishes. I used to have more tunnels, 2 more in fact, but I only have 2 crayfishes in here, male and female, and these guys are perfect. They don't fight at all. They just like hug each other now basically. They love each other so much. You know, once the female gets pregnant, I'm going to move them out into a separate tanks because I'm going to provide this space for the baby crayfishes that it's emerging. And underneath, as you can see, this is a good setup for, you know, smaller sized crayfishes. If you have multiple, a lot of hiding spaces and plenty of plants for crayfishes to hide. And this filter right here, it's on for 24 hours. As you can see how black that is, that's so black. It is dirty. It's literally filtering 24 hours. And also, since I have guppies in here as well, I have about 6 guppies in here, so this tank is great for, you know, housing multiple different crayfishes and a lot of leftover as well, which needs to be filtered out, which it will be. And underneath I have this little space, as you guys know, is for baby crayfish that needs healing. The crayfish that doesn't have arms or legs or claws, they come down here and rest for a couple of weeks, and then once they grow claws, I move them back into this 75-gallon tank, because by then they'll be at, you know, around a size that they can be in this 75-gallon tank. This tank I'm going to keep, you know, more of the larger size crayfishes. It's perfect for that, and I'm looking forward to these. I'm looking forward to basically to use these 20-gallon tanks for my baby crayfishes. And my plant tank is doing pretty good too. Yeah, we'll see how everything goes. This is just a casual video of me uploading, you know, the updates and the, you know, how I'm doing, how these guys are doing, all that stuff. These guys love to climb on the walls. This is my macro lens, but I guess I'm too close. And there we go. The bubbles are messing up the focus. Oh no. I'll go here. Yep. Cute little guys. Alright. Yeah, this is basically the best tank for crayfish. Best setup is this. This, ta-da! Basically a thumbnail. But okay. Thank you guys for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.